History is everywhere. Let's try to see it. We'll start our journey at Blind Boone Park.
My mother was a washwoman. I used to sit out in the front of the house of an evening and beat upon a tin pan and sing. One evening I was sitting out in front of the senator's house, beating on my pan, and Mrs. Cockrell said,
"Here you are, beating on that pan, trying to make Rachel hear you. We heard you away down the street and stopped at the tin shop. We bought you a new pan. This is bigger and it will make more noise. Beat it as hard as you can."
Push the button again to hear more.
Break it down, Mr. Brown.
John William Boone was born in a federal militia camp near Miami, Missouri, May 17,
That is music to my
to a
ears.
contraband slave, Rachel Carpenter, who had been owned by descendants of Daniel Boone. Doctors removed both of Boone's eyes when he was 6 months old in an attempt to cure his brain fever. Blind Boone became a pioneer musician in the ragtime era, performing across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. This park was once a segregated park with one restroom and 2 grills.
Martin Warren was a blacksmith from Kentucky. In 1833, he chose a spot along a well-traveled Osage Indian trail to build a cabin and set up his blacksmith shop. His blacksmith shop served as an informal gathering place for the local farmers. Mr. Warren's shop was named the county seat of the newly created county of Johnson. The township was named Warrensburg in honor of the blacksmith. In 1855, it became the city of Warrensburg.
Ever wonder where the old saying, "a man's best friend is his dog," came from? Well, if you guessed Warrensburg, Missouri, you were right. Senator George Graham Vest won a court battle in the ears of dog lovers everywhere when he paid his famous tribute to the dog during the 1870 Burden versus Hornsby court case in Warrensburg. The speech included the line, "The one absolutely unselfish friend that a man can have in this selfish world, the one that never deserts him, the one that never proves ungrateful or treacherous, is his dog." And this famous court case was actually argued at the old courthouse in Warrensburg on Main Street.
Central Missouri State College was founded in 1871 as a state normal school for the Second Normal District of Missouri. A normal school is a school that trains teachers.
You may have driven by the college campus many times. This building is the Dockery Building. It's the oldest building on campus and was once part of the original campus in 1871. If you live in Warrensburg, you can hear the sounds of history every day when the train goes by. The original depot was built in 1864. The earlier depot, constructed of wood, burned in 1889. The 1890 depot, is constructed of locally quarried sandstone, was built to service the Missouri Pacific lines. The depot currently serves as an Amtrak stop and also as the offices for the Greater Warrensburg Chamber of Commerce.
If you take the time to stop and look, history is everywhere. You may have driven by this 1,000 times. Some history is saved and some seemingly lost. Thanks to the State Historical Society, pieces of history are saved to help us see today's connection to the past, allowing us understanding and a vision for the future.